Pedalsandeffects.com Spatial Delivery.
All right, this is a spatial delivery that Earthquaker Devices released at NAMM Show.
It's a filter. It's a sample hold. What a sample and hold function is, I didn't know what that meant. I knew the sound, but I didn't know what it actually was. Sample and hold feature is like how they made R2-D2's voice.
Nice shit.
That's sample and hold.
I mean, it
like
sounds
with
like
a keyboard or something being run into it, but they're like kind of like random delivery and stuff. So that's what sample and hold is. So if you don't know what sample and hold is, you probably actually have heard it before. You just didn't know, you know what they call that sound.
I mean, Manny for Distortion Felix, he would put drum machine through that, and your drums would get all chopped up in the sample hold. It's really cool, super musical thing.
So when you're in the sample and hold feature, well, this has three knobs. There's a range, filter, and a resonance. Filter does high pass, band pass, and low pass, and then resonance is sort of like the
gnarliness.
The filter kind of could get to some oscillating type stuff.
Yes.
Range is sensitivity. That works with your pick attack, but that's when you're in the filter mode. When you're in sample and hold, this is the rate.
Got it.
The rate on this thing, I imagine what I would do with this is I would like give myself little marks on here. You know what I mean? So you know, like, I mean, obviously there's not like a tap tempo on this or something like that, so you're just kind of like eyeballing it. But I think it sounds better in like a random mix as opposed to locking this up with the tempo of the drummer or whatever. Right. You know what I mean? It sounds better when it kind of like cuts randomly and stuff. I've sent drums to this before, guitar, like sequences and stuff, and it does add like a really neat, layer of sound when you're in the sample and hold.
Well, why don't we do that?
Okay, we will. And then the three-way switch here is for like the up sweep, down sweep, and then sample and hold in the middle. So. Bingo. That's kind of the deal with this thing. It does sound really cool, and it's good colors. It's like cream colors.
And this one sounds better than yours because it's the prototype number 3.
But actually, maybe they had adjusted it and made it even better after the prototype.
Probably.
So mine might sound better.
But this one probably had tons of kisses by all the people who work in Akron, Ohio. Okay, cool. So let's go bust this out.
All right. So here's some wacky circuit bent synth you got from Portland. It's a Yamaha something, it doesn't matter.
If you want to turn the circuit bent off, you have to turn it off and then turn it back on. Now that's what it originally sounded like. Here we go.
So we're sending this into the spatial delivery into a sampler.
Absolutely.
So here's that's our dry bass sound. So when you get into sampling some of this stuff, it kind of gets all like affectsy and neat electronic stuff.
Hit it.
So, I mean, that's just like a really, really quick, basic thing. So that's with the sweep down. So actually, if you were to, let's record with sweep down, and then we'll reverse it with this thing, and then it should be a sweep up. Feel me?
Good.
Feel me?
Yo, here we go. Juan's got the flow. Yo. Dubstep master.
By the way, this thing's just fucking up because these things are infamous for fucking up. That wasn't me fucking up.
Really?
Yeah. Did you see I was like switching back and forth?
Yeah.
Halftime and normal time?
Should I get my original?
No, it's all good, bro. So that was sweep up and sweep down. Here's the sample and hold.
Dubstep that shit, Nick.
So that's what it sounds like, a keyboard going through the spatial delivery.
So I got my Gibson fretless. I'm going to just use the big setting with the big pickups on. This is what it sounds like without any effect.
All right, we don't care about that. What's up with the pedals?
Yeah, we do. It's part of what I'm going to say. Now watch when I kick in a little spatial. Right? Pretty funky. Kick in the death ray. And now, watch when I'll go switch to the prunes and custard. And now both. Now let's do a little spinning, yes.
Dope. I'm sending the spatial delivery into probably my favorite Earthquaker fuzz, the Cloven Hoof, which is an update on the hoof. Feel me?
Feels.
This is the craziest thing about the spatial delivery.
Craze.
Even when your guitar is out of tune, it sounds sick going through that. Because peep this. Right. So. It's like Kirk Hammett on the Black Album or something.
That was the best use of any pedal ever on pedalsandeffects.com. Ever.
Wait, what about this though?
We're done. I'm done with you.